My name is Amy Hawkins and I own a company called HSD Services. HSD Services started about 5 years ago. I mainly do high-end kitchens and bathrooms, custom cabinetry, as well as interior spaces like basements or wine rooms, things like that. So this project came about, the client had reached out to me and he was renovating a home that was very dated. And the kitchen that was here was small, confined, wasn't a very good use of space at all. So the plan for this project was to really expand the size of the kitchen and allow the homeowner the opportunity to have large groups of people over and gatherings to keep everything flowing really nice within the home.
Wow, Amy, this kitchen turned out amazing. Look how open and airy it is. Tell me about how it used to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So this kitchen before was really tight, really confined. This is a really great space, but the kitchen that was here originally was about half this size. It was U-shaped, it was tight in nature. There was a tiny window, so it was dark. It really didn't use all the space properly. This is a great entertaining space between the two rooms, and we really wanted to put an island in this space that could fill the space and as well as have food and drinks and people around it. One of the things that the client was concerned about was, is this going to be too dark? So a couple things that we did in this kitchen when we did the renovation was to, one, use light colors on the walls, so a white wall with a white countertop to bounce the light off. We also added a larger window. So the window that was over there was existing in size. This one, we made it just the same size. So we opened that all up.
And doubling up all that natural light makes such an impact. Even if it was the old kitchen, I think it would have. But
Agreed.
The way we have the range staged perfectly on center of those two giant windows, I mean, what a statement it's making.
So for me, the kitchen triangle is a big thing. You want to be able to cook, rinse, wash your hands, cook, and then also get anything from the fridge as well. And I think it's important too that, in a space that's this large, to try and get that work triangle as small as possible. That is a challenge at times.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to break a sweat going to get something from the fridge.
So Amy, you're talking to an appliance guy.
Right.
I love appliances, but what's important about a kitchen is obviously storage. Tell me what the story is as far as how you designed this.
Absolutely. So one of the great things that we did when we added these two giant windows was bring in all this light. What happened therefore was we didn't have enough room for upper cabinets and storage. So we really had to maximize the wall space that we had. By adding a large armoire pantry style cabinet with the built-in fridge and another cabinet over beside that for glassware, bringing that cabinetry all the way up to the ceiling, it gave us the opportunity then to provide all the extra storage and added storage that the client would need in this space.
Speaking of other cool cabinetry innovations and things like that, there was a plate organizer that I think everybody's going to be dying to see inside of the drawer.
So custom cabinetry is great, and one of the reasons why is the ability to kind of make how you need it to work for you. So in this cabinet in particular, again, instead of having to reach up for your plates and dishwares and things like that, everything is neatly organized. They have these wonderful pins that you can move around and adjust accordingly based on what kind of dishes that you want to put in there.
And it makes sense as far as the flow. So whenever you're cooking on your range and you need to spice things up, you have a pull-out spice rack right next to it.
Right. So I love a good spice rack, I'm not gonna lie. So this is a great spice rack. It has 3 shelves, so again, you can put some of the taller things, shorter things. And this client in particular, really wanted the easeability of being able to stand at the range while cooking, open a drawer, grab a spice, and get everything they wanted done. There's something to be said for these large windows and this countertop and bringing the light in that really does make it feel just a warm, welcome, open space. So.
And it doesn't feel like an 8-foot ceiling either, to your point, bringing those to the ceiling and then that beautiful hood to match.
So yeah, in this particular situation, this hood, from a cabinetry standpoint, from what it looks like, it's beautiful. White oak, all the grain runs in the similar direction. But the challenge was the 8-foot ceilings and making sure that the logistics of venting this thing out could actually happen. So we got it to work, and it turned out great.
It really was well executed, and it complements what I think is going to be like the final touch of the main kitchen is how we incorporated panel-ready appliances.
I mean, panel-ready appliances are the way to my heart, I'm telling you. So I love a good panel appliance. I love that I can create this beautiful oak island and I don't have to have the stainless steel dishwasher in the middle of it, breaking up the flow. Not that they're not pretty as is, but there is something to be said for a lovely paneled appliance.
Well, I definitely think you put a lot of personality into this kitchen.
Thank you.
It turned out amazing.
Yeah, I'm very happy how it turned out. I know the client is as well, so that's all that matters.
That's the goal.
Yeah.